Hey guys, welcome back to Cosmetics by Courtney. Today we're doing wins and WTFs. So we're going to talk about some products that I thought were pretty awesome and some products I thought were not so stellar. I think I usually start with the wins. I don't know, but today I'm going to start with the wins. First off, this is a lipstick. I'm going to try to speak today. Okay, a lipstick that I'm revisiting, and it's a really pretty, it's a MAC lipstick, obviously. There we go, MAC lipstick. And it's like a really dark magenta, basically, but it's a frost lipstick, so it has a nice shimmer to it. And the color is New York Apple, and it's A90, if that helps you guys any. I know a lot of people would not necessarily say this is a magenta, but if you look really closely, it is kind of a magenta, especially once it's on your lips. It just has a hint of brown and almost orange in it, which sounds a little crazy, like out loud to say it that way. But if you guys are looking for a really pretty lipstick to wear in the evening and also be okay for the daytime, this is for you. And when I say it has a touch of orange and brown, that sounds like it would be muddy together, or like the orange would be really, really bright. But with lipsticks, you'd be surprised how many colors. There's like blue-red, and like there's all this like crazy color things going on. But I'm hoping that you guys can actually see the color, that it's actually a super, super pretty like magenta. And I personally like it. I'll do a little swatch for you guys so you can see what it looks like on. It's just like a really pretty color. This is also super pretty if you put a gloss with it, if you put a little gloss over it. But again, if you want something a little understated, then don't do the gloss, because that's just going to, you know, make it stand out more. But it's this really pretty red color. Magenta, excuse me. But anyway, this was a win. I really like this. And this is going to lead me into my next win, which is a hair product, actually. It's Alberto VO5. It's sheer hair dressing, weightless leave-in, anti-frizz and shine cream. I've actually already used almost all of this. My sister actually let me use this, and it even says on here, it reduces frizz, it gives you instant glistening shine, and you can use it daily. I don't use this every day because, for me personally, I have kind of an oily scalp. So if I use this every single day, so if I use it on a Monday and then I use it on a Tuesday, my hair's going to be pretty greasy on the Tuesday. So I only use this basically once after each shower, but I do really like it. I've used it on my hair wet and dry. I definitely like it better on dry hair for whatever reason. It just seems to do its job a little easier. It really controls the frizz, and it does add a lot of shine. I do really like that. So I do a teeny bit extra on my ends, but I have really thick hair, and my hair sometimes is more of a dry, coarse type. So if you have a finer hair type, I mean, just go by the drop, as always with any hair product. I always kind of recommend that. Just do a little bit at a time, but I do really recommend this one. This was a win. I really liked this. And I've had this for a while though, but this is actually a drugstore brand though. You can get this, I think, at your local Vaughn's or Safeway or Ralph's, or, you know, whatever your local store is, Rite Aid. I'm pretty sure I saw these at Rite Aid. So get these because it's a win. Get this because it's a win. And actually, kind of sorry to say that those were my two wins for right now. The next things I'm going to get into are yeah. Okay, starting off is a nail product. It's French Manicure by Orly, and it's Natural Look Nail Lacquer. And I thought this was the prettiest color pink that I had seen in a really long time. Unfortunately, it basically just messed up my nails. I've tried it by itself, and I've tried it on top of another nail polish, and it chips within a few hours. It's definitely not what I want in a nail product. I don't care if it costs $10, I don't care if it costs $20, I don't care if it costs $2. I don't want my nail products to do that, and they shouldn't do that. I have used other Orly nail polishes, I believe, and those were okay, but I hadn't revisited the brand for a while, and this kind of soured me on it. Like I said, I looked down at my nails probably an hour, 2 hours after they had dried and I had done them, and they had chipped, and that was with a base coat and even with my top coat that I usually use that works great for me, so that was really disappointing. A thumbs down on that. Don't go buy this, you guys. Okay, what's next? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about a hair product. This is considered a super rich conditioner by Paul Mitchell, and it's just called the Detangler. I'm hoping, I know my lighting's kind of funny right now, I hope there's not a glare on the product, but anywho, this is what it looks like, and it just didn't do it for me. Maybe somebody with very thin hair this would do something for, but typically people with really thin hair aren't looking for a super rich conditioner, so what's the point? I didn't like this. It didn't detangle for me hardly. I will say it added probably a minimal amount of shine. It didn't make my hair more manageable, and I don't really feel like it conditioned. very well. And I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what I spent on this, but it wasn't necessarily cheap. I was like, oh, this is a loss, so now I need to like find my receipt and return it. But this just didn't do anything for me. And again, like I said, I have long hair, and it's typically a normal to dry hair type. But again, if you don't have that hair type, I don't know why you'd be looking for a super rich conditioner necessarily. But this was not a win. This was a fail. I did not like this, period. Paul Mitchell, I do like a lot of your styling products, but this super rich conditioner was not super rich, and it is not a detangler. I am sorry. That was a fail loss. Okay, the last product that I'm going to go over that probably was the biggest fail of all. This was the biggest what the fuck. Okay, it's by Nair, and it's the hair remover lotion with aloe and lanolin. This is what it looks like. It's a fairly large bottle, and a little was supposed to go a long way, and I can't really say enough bad things about this product. You know, I do feel bad when I bash a brand, but at the same time, they should look at my review and really take what I'm saying to heart in the sense that I mean it. Like, I really gave this a couple of tries. First of all, it did not remove the hair perfectly. You still would have a very small amount of stubble if you tried using it, and the smell is quite possibly the worst thing I've ever smelled, seriously. And you know, I went against the reviews. I looked, there were a lot of reviews that said this was a negative product, but it was one of the only products in the market that's like this, and I just really wanted to give it a try and give my say-so about everything. But I agree with everyone else. Everyone else said this is a terrible smell, and once you put it on your body, you're gonna smell like this. Probably for about 2 days, I'd say, even if you shower with it. The smell really lingers, and I guess the one positive I can say is what hair it did remove, it did work in about 3 to 5 minutes, but it didn't do a thorough job. The skin was not completely smooth, and the smell was just not worth it. My bathroom smelled like this smell, which I can't even describe the smell to you. It's just awful. If you want to know, you're gonna have to purchase it or sample it for yourself to figure it out. But this was truly terrible, and it says it's the #1 hair remover lotion, but I'm thinking it's because it's one of the only ones, or it is the only one, and they just haven't figured out the technology to make it work. But it didn't work for me. It was really terrible. I totally hated this product. I'm sorry. I don't always hate Nair. Nair typically is a good brand, but your lotion is not so good. I am, amazingly enough, I'm still willing to try other products from Nair, but this particular one was not good, and I would love to know if anyone actually tried this and did like it. I really would love to know who tried this and did like it, or someone knows some trick to make this not so terrible. But those are the wins and WTFs for today, so check back next week if you want to see the next one. Later, guys.